Right, hello. It's finally time for that next program I've been talking about for a while. It's a sorting program, sorting by selection sort and insertion sort. So hopefully you have this um, paper in front of you. I'm just going to do a quick overview of it. It shouldn't be a long video at all, and you can get started on your hierarchy chart. All right, so it says the task is you're going to run the code you wrote for selection sort and insertion sort. You're going to create an array of 20 elements and then fill it with random numbers between 10 and 50. You should declare the array in the driver class and send it to the methods from the other class. So that's going to be one of your kind of variables in the driver, is you're going to make an int bracket numbers or whatever you want to call it. You're going to print the original array, call selection sort on the array, and then print the sorted array. So you're going to print, sort it, print it again. And then you're going to refill the random numbers from 51 to 99, print the original again, and then do insertion sort on it, and then print the sorted array. Okay, these are the different methods you're going to have. And the different thing about this program is there's going to be three classes. There's the driver, like you normally have. You're going to have the sort class. You're going to have the array actions class. And I guess you're also going to have my utilities, like usual. So the driver is just your main method. That's where, again, you're going to make the array and basically just follow these steps in your driver. So create the array. There's no file reading, but then call the method print, which is an array actions, and then call selection sort on it, and then print the sorted array. Then you're going to refill it. So you're going to fill again, print again, sort again. And I'll start you off on the driver a little bit because it is a little weird having two different classes like that. The sort class you should have all written, so I don't need to see any of these. Selection sort, find lowest, and swap. We wrote notes a couple days ago, and if you're watching this video, you should have written insertion sort, find position, and shift yesterday or the day before. So you have all the code, and hopefully I've checked all that over. So all you need is the driver, which is going to give you basically your list of methods in the order that you're going to do them, and your array actions class. Now array actions, print array should be really easy. You're just going to, given an array, print it. So go through and print out everything out. We know how to do that. Fill array shouldn't be too bad either. It's not super long. The weird thing about fill array is that's where we have to make random numbers. And the question down here says, how can we use the same fill array method to fill the array with values in two different ranges? So we'll talk about that in a second. On the back, there's some sample output. You've still got your regular heading. Label what you're doing. So in the driver, you can just do a system.out.print that says selection sort unsorted before you print it. Then behind the scenes, you're using selection sort, and then you can print out selection sort sorted and print the result after it's been sorted. Then you do the same with insertion sort. And notice the numbers here are random numbers between 10 and 50. These are from 51 to 99. When you look at my program setup, I don't want to show you anything. You can see my array, that's it. But look over here. In my sorting project, I have array actions, which has print array and fill array. The driver, which is like normal, but just one giant method kind of showing you what to do. My utilities I copied and pasted to get the heading in. And then the sort class is where I have all of the selection sort, insertion sort, and all their helper methods written. Okay, when I hit run, I get that. So again, it's labeled. And one thing you want to watch out for in your output, double check to make sure if there's numbers that are repeated, that's okay, as long as there were two 83s originally. So look up here, there's an 83, and there's an 83, so that's fine. Sometimes there's a mistake people make in their code that makes there being lots of repeat numbers down here that weren't there originally, so watch out for that. If I run at different times, we get different numbers because obviously I'm just filling it with random numbers. So different things are happening every time. Okay? All right, let's talk about a couple things. So first, back on the front of this page, my question, how can we use the same fill array method to fill the array in two different ranges? Well, think about it for a second. How do we do random numbers to begin with? Math.random. We've used this a few times lately. So if I said int num equals math.random. Remember, math.random gives you numbers between what and what? They're doubles, 0 less than or equal to x less than 1. So first, if I'm making integers, what am I going to have to do for sure? Remember, we got to cast it as an int. Okay, now let's say I wanted to make random numbers from, I don't know, let's do 5 to 20. Okay, well, if 5 is the lowest number I want, I'd have to put a plus 5 on the end, because that would bump up 0 to 5. But if I want it to be 5 to 20, I want this to end up being 20, what's got to happen to this number? Well, if I multiply it by 20, 20 plus 5 is going to make it 25. That's too big. So we got to think about undoing the plus 5. So if I multiply it by 15, well, that's almost good. But 15 plus 5 is 20, and remember, it's strictly less than 20. So I want it to give me 20, I'm going to have to multiply it by actually 16. Because then it would be 16 plus 5 would be less than 21, which would still give me 20. Okay, so if I did that, that would give me random numbers from 5 to 20. All right, well, let's say I wanted instead random numbers from, I don't know, instead of 5 to 20, what do you want to do? Let's say 3 to 90. And we're still definitely going to need to cast as an int. That random. What did I say? 3 to 90? Well, what's for sure going to have to be on the end? Plus 3. Because, again, this is giving me 0 less than or equal to x less than 1. If I bump it up by 3, that's how 0 is going to become 3. But if I bump 0 up by 3, I'm also bumping this other side up by 3. And I want that to end up being 90. That's my goal. So if I want to get a number 90, it's going to have to be less than, not 90, less than 91. So something plus 3 has to be 91. So if I multiply this by 88, then 88 plus 3 is 91. That'll work. So essentially, I have the same code here twice. The only thing that changed is, based off of what I wanted my range to be, I have a different number added and a different number multiplied. So my question is, if I want to use this, kind of going to be some code in the fill array method, how can I use the same method with two different ranges? Well, what's changing? We already said these numbers, 21 and 5. So instead of locking in 21 and 5 or 88 and 3, if it's going to be a method, what could I put here instead, do you think? Well, things are changing. When things change, we use variables, right? If I put an x and a y here, or any other variables that you want, then I can use the same code. And maybe if it's a method, I could send over as a parameter int x is 21, int y is 5, or int x is 88, int y is 3. So think about doing it like that. Put variables there and send over numbers for those variables when you want to use them. So remember, for our example, we want to do 10 to 50 and 51 to 99. So figure out what numbers would have to go there. Okay, so that should help you with your fill array method. Let's talk about the driver for a second. I don't know where you want to write this. Well, we probably should get some hierarchy chart paper. So get your hierarchy chart paper out. I don't really have any with me. Here, let me grab some quick for you. Here you go. All right, so grab some hierarchy chart paper if you don't have any. We'll call this the sort program. I'll let you fill in variables, stuff like that. Just the one thing I wanted to show you was you're going to have to make a couple different class declarations. So we're obviously going to have our utilities.write heading. It's called the sort program, etc., etc. But we're going to have two extra classes. We're going to call it sort. I'm going to call mine S1. You can call it whatever you want. Equals new sort. And we also have the array actions class. So array actions, call mine A1. You call it anything you want. Equals new array actions. Okay, so now you just got to think in order, what do we need to do? Well, the first thing I was supposed to do was fill an array. And where is that fill array method? Well, fill array is in array actions. So if I want to fill the array, I got to say A1 dot fill array. And then I'll have to send it some stuff depending on, I got to send it the array, obviously. And if you got what I was talking about with the random numbers a second ago, you also might want to send over two integer parameters, number for the lowest value and number for the highest value, or X or Y, whatever you want to fill in there. Then after I fill array, what do I want to do? We're supposed to print it. I'm also supposed to print out selection sort unsorted. So you can do that right in the driver. You can say something like system.out.print selection sort unsorted. But then if we want to print it, that's in the method print array. Which class is that going to be in? Array actions. So I won't just say print array. What's got to come before it? You got to tell it where it is. So A1.print array. And I'm going to leave that for you to fill in what needs to be sent there. What do we do after that? Well, I'm supposed to sort it by selection sort. So I use the selection sort method. Where's the selection sort method? That's here. So then I would say S1 dot selection sort. And we know how selection sort's written. It's just supposed to take a array. So whatever you want to call your array, you call it A or whatever, that'll get sent over there. And then what do I have to do next? Well, I have to print it. But before I print it, I got to say what I'm printing. So we'd say system.out.print selection sort sorted. And then if I want to print it again, where is that happening? In print array. So A1.print array with whatever you want to send it. Okay, so there's more to it, and you need to do some more, but this should give you an idea of how to do the driver. Again, you got to fill in the parameters that you're sending it. You also should fill in if you need to import anything or any variables that you're going to be using on this side. Show me what those are. But then also do the same type of thing with the insertion sort stuff. So finish your driver. On the back, you can give me the array actions class because I don't need the sort class, remember, because you've written all that code already. But for your hierarchy chart to get checked, you just got to finish off this driver and show me how you're going to do array actions. Hopefully it won't take you too long. Good luck.